All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing? I hope you're having a decent day. Thank you, as usual, for joining back to watch the video. It's been a minute. I actually posted on this channel several hours, but I've been updating on the community tab. But again, in this video, I wanted to let you guys know what's currently happening with some of our players. As you know, the international break has ended, so a lot of these players have now returned back to their club sides. Not a lot of them, actually, all of them have now returned back to their different club sides because they'll start playing club football this weekend. And one man in particular who just had that recent move to Galatasaray, Victor Osimhen, has not only joined his Galatasaray camp, but has also had his first official training with the club. And here's a picture of him training for the first time for the Galatasaray side. And interestingly, also the man also met with his old friend and former Napoli teammate, who is also his teammate right now with the Galatasaray side. I'm talking about Dries Martins. He has now reunited with the guy, and of course, from this picture, you could see that Osimhen is actually very happy to have met Dries Martins again. If you remember, when he was about making that move, he said that he had to talk with Dries Martins because he remembered that Dries Martins made that move from Napoli to Galatasaray. So he had a conversation with Dries Martins before he decided to join Galatasaray. And there's not a doubt that Dries Martins definitely was the person that made Osimhen to decide. Not just Dries Martins, of course. He also said that he spoke with Henry Onyekuru. That's a Super Eagles player. But it's so good to see this man, back in training and also smiling as well. He's going into this weekend with the possibility of actually featuring for Galatasaray for the first time after he made that loan move. And Galatasaray actually have a match this Saturday at around 6 p.m. against Sport. And this match is going to be a match that we could potentially see Victor Osimhen line up with his new club. So let's keep our fingers crossed on that one. Of course, a lot has been going on about Victor Osimhen in the last couple of hours. From Jose Mourinho, who is going to be a direct opposition of Victor Osimhen. Of course, you know that Mourinho is the current coach of Fenerbahce. And Fenerbahce and Galatasaray, they are like arch rivals, in the Turkish Super League. But again, Mourinho said a lot of things this week about Victor Osimhen, because the two of them had encountered each other back then when Mourinho was the coach of AS Roma, and then Victor Osimhen was still playing for Napoli. Mourinho actually said that Victor Osimhen is a fantastic player, but his issue with him is that he dives a lot. He dives a lot, even when he is not fouled. So that is the problem that Jose Mourinho has over Victor Osimhen. But he considers him to be one of the best strikers in Africa. He and Mo Salah are, according to Mourinho, the best two strikers Africa has at the moment. He even considers him to be at the level of peak Didier Drogba. But we'll see how that one turns out. Of course, Fenerbahce Galatasaray is still a match that we'll have to wait for a while before we get to see that one play out. But all things considered, it's going to be a match that will be filled with lots of excitement. We'll see how that one goes. But moving away from that, there's a growing speculation that the Black Stars of Ghana are currently weighing the possibility of using one of Nigerian stadium, that's the Godswill Akpabio Stadium, for their next CAF competition home game. And this is because they've actually their stadium that they wanted to use, as the Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi, has now been disapproved by CAF because CAF considers it to be lacking, in a lot of necessities. They call it technical violation in areas like poor drainage system, inadequate grass covers, and uneven playing pitch. So these are some of the issues that the Kumasi Stadium, Baba Yara Kumasi Stadium, has. And the Ghana FA are, currently considering borrowing Nigerian stadium. But again, this hasn't been decided. It's still one of the options that they are trying to consider. So let's see how that one goes. Again, Nigeria, Ghana, we know how it is. We are always on each other's throats. We've always been rivals, especially when football is involved. But right now, it seems that we may have to borrow them our stadium, for them to use for their CAF game as their home stadium. But moving away from that one, guys, let me inform you that the Super Falconets actually have their match around 2 a.m. today, or technically tomorrow, because 2 a.m. is already tomorrow. That's the 13th of September. So these girls obviously have a very important match. I actually talked about that, I think, 1 or 2 videos ago, where I said that we'll be playing Japan in the round of 16. We actually qualified as second best team in our group, Germany being the first team. And you know how it is when you qualify as the second best team, you obviously have to meet the team. It's a stronger team actually from another group that took the first position. So Japan is a really strong team, but again, take nothing away from our Super Falconets, because we've proven that a lot. Even Germany, that is like the strongest team in this competition, we share the same group with them. And that game that we played against Germany, if you saw that game, you would know that we held our own, even though we lost 3-1, but we had our chances. We had a fair chance that we couldn't convert. If we had done that, it would have been a different story. So I still think our girls have a chance against Japan. Japan is a really, really good side. They are a high scoring side. I think they scored about 15 goals in just group game, just 3 group games. But again, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. 2 a.m. is the time. I'm not sure how many people are going to be able to watch that match from Nigeria here, because of how late or how early in the morning it's going to be. But I'm very excited for this match, so I think I'm going to have to watch this one and then sleep around 4 a.m. But we'll see how that one goes. I'll definitely let you guys know about what transpired. I pray we get a victory over this one tomorrow morning. Of course, we are definitely going to know what's the score line for this one. But I'm very confident that we could get something out of this game. Moving away from that, Jason, to wrap this video segment, let me let you know that Galatasaray are interested in getting Nigerian Super Eagles combative midfielder Raphael Onyedika into the club. They are looking at uniting him with his teammate Victor Osimhen for this season. And the report is that Onyedika is also very keen on this move. He's in fact submitted a transfer request to Club Brugge that he wants to leave the club because Galatasaray are offering him a really lucrative deal that will see him earn some really interesting amount of money compared with what he's currently earning right now with Club Brugge. And they are reportedly ready to give him a contract of 5 years, But the issue right now is that Club Brugge are not willing to accept Galatasaray's 11 million euros offer for this man. They are actually looking at getting the man on loan and then a compulsory buyout later on, at the end of the season. But Club Brugge are refusing to accept this because they are holding out for around 20-25 million euros as an outright buyout for this man. This very likely may not work because the Turkish transfer deadline window is almost here. It's going to end on the 13th, 11:59, which is tomorrow midnight. And you know how complicated it is to get a deal done, so it's probably not going to work out. And we might see Onyedika stay put at Club Brugge. If he stays in Club Brugge, it's still not a loss for him because Club Brugge are doing really well for themselves. They're actually playing in the Champions League, so it's something that's going to expose him a lot, and then maybe he gets interest and then moves to a bigger club next season. But that is the update for this video. Thank you for watching this one. Don't forget to like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel, guys. If you're new to football stories, I want to say a big thank you to you, and also welcome to the community. Stay tuned to the channel. Take care of yourselves, and God bless you.